you go about going to HR without facing a potential issue?
Actually, I don't think you go to HR first. I think you first should go to your manager and you come to the table with a plan. Look, my kid's going back to school. They're going to have alternating weeks on site, but also remote learning. Here's how I'm going to be able to do my job during those weeks of remote learning. If at some point you feel like you've hit a wall, you can go to HR. Sometimes you need a third person to come in and just say, hey, how can we break through and come up with some reasonable outcome for everybody?
Yost is in charge of creating flexible workplace strategies for her clients to change how work is done.
First and foremost, you want to make sure that you're on the same page in terms of what's expected of you with your job in the COVID era. I think sometimes managers aren't very clear about that, and once that is set forth, then you can say, all right, so given the fact that this is what I'm responsible for, here's how I'm going to be accessible, here's how I'm going to service our customers and clients, here's how I will be able to be on calls, but these are some of my constraints.
And, you know, Robin, you saw their hub in their statement saying they transitioned 90% of their employees successfully and work from home. It's something that every company is facing. But Cali really gave 3 good tips when it comes to the anxiety you might be feeling about not being able to do both well, parenting and work from home. So she says, start with communicating your needs to your supervisor. As she points out, listen, here are some of the struggles that I'm facing. And a good manager will want to keep a good employee. So that communication is key. Next, she says, set time to begin and end your workday. Make sure that it's not all day long. I'll say, though, for some parents, that's just not realistic because they have to fit in their work in times when their children are napping or when they go to bed. So they're working until 10 o'clock at night at times. And then finally, this is where giving yourself grace comes in. Understand there are going to be days where you can't get it all done. It's not possible to do it all. So Robin, when it comes to can you work from home and parent from home, I say you do the best you can. I can speak from experience. You can't always do both well. And hopefully employers will give some employees their grace in that regard.
I do like the roadmap that she laid out there for people, and that a lot of it comes down to communicating to make sure everybody is on the same page about what's possible. Lynn, thank you.
That's right. Thank you.
All right, so outside